Large jury awards. Hey, we often see them, we often hear about them, but what really happens? What really happens after those awards come down? Well, that takes us to this week's case. Something we've talked about here on video blogs before. And in this particular instance, what do we have? We had 5 people who were in a private aircraft, twin-engine aircraft, taking off. It crashed. It crashed and all 5 people were killed. Well, the families of those people brought claim against the manufacturer and the component parts of the aircraft. One of the things they found out during the discovery of this is that the props that were on the plane, pulling it through the air, were defective. And they also found out that their manufacturer had evidence that they were defective at the time the props were sold. That they had metallurgical tests showing that those props were defective and didn't meet the standards necessary for aircraft. Nonetheless, they sold them. They presented this evidence to a jury. The jury was, understandably, rather mad at the defendants, and they awarded, in this instance, voted for a verdict against the defendants in favor of the 5 families that suffered various injuries here. When I say injuries, we're talking funeral expenses, loss of life, loss of earnings, a variety of things. Well, they awarded $20 million to reimburse the families for that. In addition, they awarded $28 million for punitive damages, or damages intended to punish, because they really said, you guys acted very, very badly here. So there was a total of $48 million that the jury voted should go to the plaintiffs. Well, the guys on the other side weren't happy, and they appealed it. Went up to the Missouri Court of Appeals, and there the Missouri Court of Appeals said, you know what, we don't think there was quite enough evidence to show that they really knew those rotors, those blades, those propellers were defective. So we don't know that we really like this $28 million, and therefore we're going to find that the $28 million is stricken from the verdict. Stricken from the verdict. So now instead of $48 million, the verdict became $20 million. And that's where it wound up. The verdict was more than cut in half. So what do we learn from this, as we've learned from other similar cases? Well, it's another example of the fact that the majority of large verdicts are appealed. And on appeal, 2 out of 3 of those verdicts are either thrown out entirely or significantly reduced. This is another example of that. And it shows that while the newspapers and the various TV stations might like to make a big deal about a large verdict that is voted by a jury, in the real world, most of those verdicts never really come into existence, because on appeal, they are either reduced or they're thrown out. Okay, we bring you this case, as we bring you cases every week, so you understand how the law really works. I'm David Allen.